The Reaper, the Maelstrom, and the Thief is a Dungeons & Dragons show by RollCast and is intended for mature audiences. It contains mature themes, strong language, violence, and drug references. Full content warnings can be found in the episode's description. Hello and welcome back to RollCast. I'm Tom, the DM, and joining me, as usual, is our gnomish wizard Dix, played by JB.
Good evening.
Our Dragonborn cleric, played by Coogan.
Yo.
And our Taiga human, Ezador, played by Gaz. So, guys, as you well know, I've been asking questions and whatnot, but last session I took a bit of a different tact. Rather than ask questions about your characters, I just said, can you give us a bit of a fact about them? Unfortunately, one person gave us a very, very obvious fact, so I would like to revisit this.
All right.
It was a fact in the way that saying the Earth is round is a fact. Yes. It's a given. So I'd like...
Check the comment section after this. That's it. We've now lost half of our viewers, which should bring it down to 20.
God, I wish.
They're all fucking flat earthers. I can guarantee at least half of our viewers are flat earthers.
Allegedly.
RollCast, an uncontroversial podcast. Nonetheless, I would like to ask you guys for another fact. So let's see if Coogan can redeem himself. Gregor, tell us a fact about yourself.
Okay. I was raised by the Church of Talos by a cleric named Gale, who taught me everything that I need to know about combat.
Okay. What happened to Gale?
Unfortunately, he died when I turned 17. I mean, he was a very hefty smoker, a very big drinker, and also a bit of a gambler. So, unfortunately, he just passed out from a exploding heart, basically. Not very nice.
I don't think I've ever heard the medical term an exploding heart before. I have to say, that sounds...
It happens.
Just from time to time, one day you're walking down the street, then poof, your heart's gone.
Did drink a lot and smoke a lot.
I was going to ask, do you think it was a suspicious death? But apparently no, people's hearts are just exploding everywhere. So, evidently not.
Could be anything. It could be anything in this magical world.
Moving right along. Very quickly. Ezador, how about a fact from you?
I can't. Didn't I say a fact last time?
Well, yeah, we're asking for facts from everyone still. Not just Coogan. He may have fucked up, but
I can't remember what my fact was from before.
You loved deeply and you loved your wife, and then she passed away.
Oh, yeah, she did, yeah.
Yeah. That can't be a fact this week. You can't reuse a fact.
I'm trying to think. What would you like to know?
A fact.
A fact. It can be anything. It can be your favourite food, your favourite drink, a childhood memory, what are your likes, what are your dislikes. Anything. Favourite song.
I like...
Big butts again.
I'm sorry. I seem to have gone complete blank at the moment.
Okay, how about this? What was your childhood like? Just generally, what was your childhood like? Was it a happy childhood? Was it a sad childhood? Were you angry all the time? Were you setting fires to stuff? Were you loved? Were you hated?
I seem to be very indecisive today. Okay, I will say my childhood was very long. A very long childhood. As in, I was a child a lot longer than everyone else around me, rather strangely. It was rather fun. It was like my friends were growing old and I wasn't. I thought, so must be something wrong with me. I thought I would never come of age, but I did, eventually.
And it took its time, so When you say they were getting older, were they actually like old people, like what we would class as pensioners type of old before you sprang into adolescence?
Yes.
Yeah.
People I used to play around with in the what kids usually do. I would see them getting older, getting married, and I would still be a wee little thing.
Out of interest, despite being a wee little thing, was your maturity still that of a child, or were you kind of like maturing but still being a kid?
Well, that's an interesting one. I would say I was maturing. I turned to education. I didn't keep... I mean, to me, it was still very strange that there were new young people coming in that I wouldn't really feel like befriending because my friends were still old. It was very confusing. I suppose you could say I became a bit of an outcast.
That would probably be fair to say. If you're going through a semi-perpetual childhood, that would be a very odd thing indeed.
Very well phrased. That's the word I was looking for.
Thank you. And finally, our small gnome Dix. What little tidbit of information do you have for us this week?
Today's fact. I'll give you two, actually.
2 for the price of 1.
If you want to. 2 for the price of 1.
It doesn't get you out of next sessions.
Maybe I'll just do 1 then. Unless this next session's question is different.
I mean, it might be.
Depends if the DM wants to put any work into it.
Yeah.
Maybe the DM's forgotten which questions
just re-asking the same questions. What have you been doing in your time off, DM?
So, tell us a fact about yourself.
He's been wiring lights in his room instead of planning for the actual session.
They're very nice. My little BD.
All right. First one then. When Dix left the Belitas forest, he didn't leave alone.
Okay.
He left with his 3 other siblings. Okay, well, whilst he was doing a lot of traveling and things, over time, they all just sort of set their own course and not drifted apart, but they all went.
They found different
ways.
Paths, yeah.
Yeah, found different paths, yeah. But who knows how long it's been since they've seen each other.
So is it fair in saying that Dix is not quite sure if they're all still alive?
Dix knows they're all still alive. Well, up to what recent news can bring. And recent news would maybe be 3 or 4 months ago.
That's fair enough. That tracks
up to that, up to 3 or 4 months point ago, they were all still alive. I can't imagine they wouldn't be either.
Would you say that Dix is still in close contact with them, or is it a case of you're just aware they're still alive, but you're not quite sure what they're up to?
Yeah, depends what you mean by close contact. If he ever needed to get in touch with them, he would always be able to. There's always a location to send letters.
That's fair.
Yeah. Second fact is Dix is really old. I mean, you could probably gather he wasn't a young man anyway. Yeah, but he's very old. Not going to say how old he is.
Would you say his parents are still alive? Not, definitely not the DM digging around to see if he desperately needs to rewrite some stuff, but would you say his parents are still alive?
No, his parents are not still alive. Yeah. He's very old.
That's
I'm not going to
fair.
say how old he is, but he's been around, and so has his siblings.
He's very old, he has siblings, his parents are dead, and the DM desperately has to rewrite something.
Oh.
Good start. Okay, so the last time we saw you guys, you had taken up residence in Amrius Reap's house, in the manor house, after Dix and Gregor kind of got made by a couple of guards, and Gregor ended up knocking a few of them out. You guys had managed to get into the manor quite fine after a little bit of convincing from Ezador using his new powers. Once in there, Amrius greeted you all and took you up into his study, but not before his faithful servant, Bertie, took drinks requests from you all. Once in the study, you all realised that due to his large collection of relics and magical artefacts, for some reason, magic was actually possible in Amrius' study. And sort of as a mini test of sorts before he actually divulged all of his information to you all, Amrius kind of requested that you solve the riddle of the room, why you could actually cast some magic in there. Now, after a lot of investigation, a lot of discussion, and quite a lot of frustration, you all kind of came to the conclusion eventually that there was a chunk of the main new mind crystal embedded into the ceiling of Amrius' study. With the pink new mind crystal obviously having an area of effect of nullifying all magic, it would normally mean that that entire room is also nullified. However, further investigation of the globe that was in his room, as well as the condensing prism that was on top of the globe, you realise that something was being focused through the prism into the new mind crystal. And again, further investigation revealed that to be a beholder's eye. There was a possible joke of Eye of the Beholder, but someone here didn't take that because it was too obvious. Nonetheless, the anti-magical properties of the Beholder Eye, once shot through the concentrating prism into the new mind crystal, nullified the effects of the new mind crystal. And due to the area of effect of it, it meant that the entire area that the new mind crystal would normally cover was also nullified. Meaning, essentially, you could all cast magic in that area. After this, Bertie finally appeared with your refreshments. Dix, you had a pulp of a fruit called the... something about an
elm.
It was not from an elm, I'm afraid. It was something about a fungus. We'll come back to that. Nonetheless, you were deathly allergic to this. It was a fruit that you knew that you could not eat. However, you didn't realise until it was far too late. By far too late, I mean when your stomach started growling quite badly. Realising that time was short, you dashed out the room and tried to make it down the stairs. However, Bertie's quite convoluted instructions as to where to find the toilet left you confused, so instead you dashed into the closest room that you could. Once in that room, you found the nearest piece of furniture that you could, a large double-set cupboard. Once in the cupboard, there's no delicate way to put this, so we won't.
Let it go.
We won't put this. You did your business. However, as you finished your business, you heard the door open, and some large heavy boot sets walk in, as well as the unmistakable sound of a warhammer being placed against a wall. With utter horror, Dix, you realise that you had defecated in Ebchar's room. Thankfully though, due to your small frame, you managed to dash out of there, also wiping your behind with more of his clothes before doing so. We're a serious podcast. As this was going on, as Dix was making his great escape, Bertie also delivered dragon's blood to both Gregor and Ezador, who had both, quite point blank, asked for it. Gregor was first to taste the dragon's blood. The strong smell kind of overwhelming his senses and quickly overpowering him as he drank it. A change happened to Gregor. Not only did he feel more confident and felt like he could literally walk through fire for the next couple of days, even though realising what he had done kind of repulsed him, he felt a compulsion to continue drinking the dragon's blood. Ezador, realising what had just happened and seeing the aura change in Gregor, refused to drink it. Quite wisely so as well. Nonetheless, Dix managed to avoid Ebchar's wrath, with Ebchar potentially not even realising it was Dix, and made his way back to the study. Once there, he meekly climbed on top of Gregor's shoulders once more, just in time for Amrius to explain just what had been going on in the background all this time. Amrius explained to the group that he had met with a Mr. Valar Constance, a name that was very familiar to Gregor, but unfortunately for the other two, was not quite such a grand name. Amrius continued to explain that Valar Constance was a direct aid to King Lyval, his right-hand man, as it were, as well as an esteemed detective, and also, as it turned out, the main force behind driving Merkel's armies back. Valar had realised some time ago that the key to driving Merkel back was to find the plimps that tied him to the mortal realm and to destroy them, a task that he, along with Cyric, although unbeknownst to Valar, had tasked Gregor and his previous 2 companions with before their untimely passing. Seeing as Ezador and Dix had both pledged to help Gregor on his task, Amrius stated that this responsibility now fell onto them. Dix responded by saying it only really fell onto him until his annual leave finished. Again, there was a bit of back and forth between Dix and Amrius about whether or not his annual leave actually truly mattered in the face of complete and utter global destruction. However, I think it was kind of left as a to be continued, almost. With 3 months to go until Dix's return to work, Amrius pretty much stated we'll see where it lies at that point in time. In addition to this, Ezador also mentioned how he had found leads as to who some of these members of Cult of Merkel might be. Intrigued by this, Amrius asked him if he could present him with any information, any reasoning as to why he might know these people. To which Ezador stated about the quest that Toby Nudin had set him. Ezador explained how he had essentially figured out that Toby Nudin was the shopkeeper. However, he could not get him to quite admit it just yet. But the poor shopkeeper was being blackmailed by someone, potentially responsible for the murder of his wife. But the blackmailer was blaming him for the murder of his wife. If Ezador and the group could figure out who this blackmailer was, not only would Toby tell him about the identities of the rest of the group, but he would also tell them what their aims were and potentially where to find their hideout. Still intrigued by this, Amrius still asked if he had any further evidence, to which Ezador handed over the blackmailing letters. Whilst Ezador thought at first that they could use the blackmailer's bank code to try and figure out who it was, this was shut down quite quickly as Amrius stated that not only would a bank teller not tell him, but on this, the day of the founding festival, the bank was not open. However, on further inspection, it was quickly realised that there was the sigil of the guard barracks imprinted at the top of the letterhead. Even though it had been tried to be scrubbed off, it was still there, as well as the initials KB. It was quickly apparent that someone quite high up in the Salt Harbour Guard detail must have written this letter. And that's where we ended. Okay guys, so we're rejoining you now back at Amrius Reap's mansion. I would say it's probably around about late afternoon. You've been there for a good couple of hours. He has been explaining basically what he has been doing with Valar Constance, what the goals of what your goals are essentially, as well as what Valar's goals are, and how essentially Amrius is willing to help in any way that he can. His manners always open to you guys, even in the future, potentially, when you travel to distant lands, although he's not really elaborated on that at all. Like I say, I would say it's probably around about mid-afternoon, so maybe about 3 or 4 o'clock in the afternoon. The guards are still after Dix and Ezador, Dix and Gregor, sorry. Although Ezador, you were seen running with fugitives. I would say for mechanical purposes, we'll class the last couple of hours as a short rest, because you've not really been doing anything strenuous. So if you've got any health points that you need to heal, now would be the time to do it.
Brill? Is that a full heal, or...?
You have to roll your healing dice.
Oh, crap.
And Coogan hadn't brought his dice to the table yet, had he?
Definitely not.
Not just me fucking up today.
Mostly.
It's mostly me, yeah. Jesus Christ. I don't think I've made this many mistakes in one session before.
Yeah.
We don't have a Patreon account yet, is it?
I mean, to be fair, Patreon account, you get to see me fuck up.
You make more off the outtakes on a Patreon account than the actual session.
Probably fucking would. Probably fucking would. Coogan, I'm assuming you're the only person who needs to roll your healing dice because I don't think anyone else has been in combat.
Yes. What is it do I have to roll again?
I don't know what your fucking healing dice are. You've got your character
Short
sheet.
Rest.
Oh, sorry.
Yes, short rest.
Take a short rest on D&D Beyond, Joe, and it'll...
I'll just auto do it myself. Sorry, I thought I had to do it myself.
So you'll see, if you click short rest, you got some options there. You click automatically apply healing with dice result.
I can't seem to see it on D&D.
We play our sessions regularly,
right at
viewers.
the top above your health.
Yeah, got it.
We don't take weeks off and then have to get back into it.
So you see your
Oh, I see it, yeah.
automatically apply healing.
I want to roll for it. I want to roll for it.
Do you know how
For
many
fuck's
dice?
sake. It said 1d8 plus 1, and I rolled a 1. Like, great, so that's 2.
Plus 1.
You lose.
Don't forget your plus 1.
Could have been more.
Oh, wait, I forgot as well. You drank the dragon's blood and I never rolled what health you restore on that one.
Oh, yeah, of course.
You get another 2 points of health.
Hey.
Nonetheless, so you guys are in Amaris's study. He's, at this point in time, he's kind of like ushering you out. He's kind of like, he's stood up and he's walking towards the door. He opens it with like a... Well, I would say that there is still quite a lot of the day left. If you are to figure out this mystery of who is blackmailing poor Toby Newton, well, I am conflicted. There is a side of me that believes that you should probably do it today. However, you might find it difficult to infiltrate the guard barracks or even get information out of them, as they are busy with the founding festival.
What would you suggest? Breaking into the actual barracks?
I believe that, well, you and Dix are still wanted by the guards, are you not? It may be a good idea for you to speak with Lord Solus and clear your names.
Right. Do you know where he will be at this time of day?
That would be the keep, dear boy, where he always is, well, except later tonight for the bonfire display. He'll be out there, obviously parading around as he is wont to do. But for now, he'll be in the keep.
So I don't suppose you have a secret passage through to anywhere
Yes,
in the
yes, a secret passage.
in the harbour, do you? So we don't have to. We see me and Gregor. We've already tried to do a little disguise today, and it didn't go very well. We got caught in the carnival. We had to dance and pretend we lost limbs and things, and we've been in a bit of a pickle. But it was gorgeous, but we were in a bit of a pickle with it. So I don't suppose you have some sort of secret passageway to get us quickly to where we need to be.
Unfortunately, Dix, I do not actually have secret passageways just about the size of this manor. You could either, well, it depends on where you would like to go. In terms of the hold, if you exit my abode, exit the estate, and head west, you will be at the foot of the hill anyway. If you walk up there, and you declare that you and Gregor are here to speak to Lord Solus about the magical attack that happened the previous day, I am very well sure that they will grant you an audience. Or if not, if you require some kind of documentation, and he just starts walking back to his desk, he pulls out a bit of parchment and starts scribbling on it. I myself discussed the very matter with him last evening. This is why I am, as you could say, under house arrest for the day.
Right. I might have a plan, actually.
As he's holding out the parchment for you to take.
Oh. Just grab it and just take it. Or we could do it this way. We can do it this way.
You go on.
Well, do I still have the do I still have that cloak that was still around me when we were still under disguise?
When you say that cloak, which cloak? There's been many cloaks that you guys have had over the years.
Oh no, it was the disguise that we wore. For the
Oh, is it just...
Oh.
Hmm?
The
No,
cloak
it was
was
just a
billowed.
dress cloak.
Was it just a general cloak? It's just a normal cloak.
Was it just normal cloak? Did it have a hood or anything on it?
Cloaks have hoods.
Okay. I was just thinking, Dix, why don't you just stay at the back of my head, and I just pull the hood over?
Well, yes, we could try that again. I was just seeing if he had a passageway, but if not, yes, let's.
Well, that
Let's
way
try
I
again.
can see where I'm going, not crashing into anyone, and you could just stay behind, hidden.
Absolutely. I'm already
Yes.
on. I believe I'm already on
You're still
your
clinging
shoulders
onto
right
it.
now.
All right, get under this hood. Throw the hood over me.
Okay, roll me. I need to make sure that you are actually, not just a giant fucking mound of whatever just poking out. So if you could roll me... Dix, roll me stealth. Just to see how low are you crouching onto Gregor.
18.
It doesn't even look like there's a lump on Gregor's back or around his neck. It just looks like he's a bit of a bulky dragonborn.
All right.
Nice
Comfy
one.
then.
Now we have to mix him with other dragonborns.
There are not other dragonborns, Gregor.
What do
It
you
is
mean?
very-
Not other
Yeah,
dragonborns.
we're lucky
there's
to
me.
find that.
Well, yes, there is you, my boy, but tell me, have you ever seen another dragonborn in Ixon? Never mind, in Salt Harbor, you are quite a rarity, my boy. Don't know why you fucking turned into fuck on lick on then.
I've traveled to many places, and I honestly say, Gregor, I don't see many of you around.
Really?
Yes, I dare say you've seen none of Gregor around. In all my travels, you are the first dragonborn I have seen since the desolation of Scarland.
I mean, there's
seen a
got
few
to
others.
be more of me. I mean, we can't be.
The last. Yes, that would be a bit on the nose, would it not, about your name?
I'm gonna go. No, I'm just gonna walk off.
Well, toodaloo, I will be here if you need anything else today. Tomorrow I might be out of my manor, but for now I am on house arrest. So, yes, I would very much advise you to talk to Lord Solus so that you can be pardoned for what you would see as a crime. And also, Gregor, the Solomonari do need updating now, I do believe.
Yes, I'll sort that. Don't worry. Yeah, good day. Just walk
Yep.
off.
Good day. Ezador, are you following?
Good day.
And a
Oh,
good
wait.
day to you. Just kind of extend his arms. And a good day to you, Ezador.
Gregor, what are we going to say to this Lord Solace when we meet his presence?
And we just show him this parchment and off we go. Come on, let's go.
Okay. Yep, we got the legs.
So are you guys exiting the manor at this point?
Yes.
Okay, so yeah, you kind of take down all the stairs as you're going down, and you reach this large open kind of like entrance hallway with the checkered tiles on it and a couple of kind of crumbling pillars. You see Bertie the manservant just open the door for you, just like a... I trust you all had a good discussion with Mr. Reap.
Yes. Just carry on walking.
Jolly
Indeed
good.
we did, and we may well be back, hopefully later today.
I can barely contain my excitement, sir.
Oh, Ezador. Just get his name one last time.
Oh, yes. Didn't quite get it that. Yes, I almost had it. What was your name again, just so I don't forget?
The long version.
You can call me Bertie. It's the long version, Master Tager. would destroy you.
Well, I say. I think we best leave that, lads.
Yes.
Should we move?
Awful form tied to you, isn't there?
As we walk away, I'll say, for a butler, he's rather rude, don't you think?
As you guys as you guys are walking down the large country path through the kind of like two sides of the forest of the Reap residence, you can now start to hear once again the very loud, very annoying kind of a festival that's going on.
So, Lord Solus, do we know where this gentleman will be? Are we going there, or are we going to the barracks?
I think we should head to Lord Solis first, get this out of the way.
Yes, we can't be chased by lawmen. As I'm saying this, can I look around and see if I can see actually any
lawman? Roll me perception, please, because as you are kind of walking out onto the path, there are... Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, I'll just do the same as well.
Yes, both of you roll perception, please. As you exit the gate with a loud... there's the cobblestones below you, but there is a row of houses in front of you, kind of like hiding away from the main road itself. Through that, you can just kind of peer through.
13 I got.
And a 4.
Yeah.
Have I got visual?
Roll it with disadvantage because you're kind of like crouched below Gregor's head, please.
Perception this is, yeah?
Yes, it's perception, but with disadvantage, I'm afraid, Dix.
6.
It's a big old crowd. Anything could be in there. There could be... Well, I mean, for you, Ezador, there could be dragons, there could be guards. You're fairly sure you're seeing kind of... There's a bit of a procession going through with some floats and stuff like that. There is a merfolk type of person who looks strikingly similar to you. But other than that...
me?
Yeah, strikingly similar to you. But other than that, you can't really tell too much.
Right, I'm going to keep my eye on that guy.
No, sorry, it's a float, so it's in the air.
Oh, sorry.
Similar to like the balloons in the New York kind of parades that go by for Christmas.
Big ones,
Yeah, the big ones that are like all floating. In the 90s, you had like Bart Simpson ones. Dix, with your role, you can't really see too much. You're kind of like trying to peer around and everything like that, trying to peer around Gregor's big old dragon head. You see a couple of people pass by, but they seem to just be festival goers for all that you're aware.
All right.
It's a mighty fine float. You see that up there?
I can't see much, to be honest.
Yeah, Gregor, you look up and you see a merfolk, or commonly known as a triton. Bright blue skin, fins and everything, floating by.
That is quite impressive, I've got to say. Right, so Lord.
Yeah, just no acknowledgement of your deeds there, so they're just like, right, let's go.
Give up. I
Well,
suppose I
see
should be
what's,
used to this
what's
by now.
passing with my roll?
Do you see what, sorry?
Did I see what was passing with my roll?
You kind of saw past him, but it was just like a procession of people. You weren't able to make anything out from it. It's just a large throng of people walking by with these parade floats.
Alright.
There's joyous music, there's joyous dancing. You reckon that you could quite easily either stick to the back behind the houses and squeeze just to the base of the cliff and head up the road, or you could probably try and actually infiltrate the parade itself and squeeze around the side of the road. Either way, you're only about 100 feet away from the road up to the cliff, where the hold is.
I don't really fancy going through this again, Gregor, do you?
Whatever's best, really. Whatever you think is the quickest way.
Well, I can't see, so it looks like we're in reverse on this this time around. So I'm going to leave it up to you, and I will hold back. All I know is we just need to be heading west.
Right. Yep, fair enough. We'll squeeze through. More quieter.
Squeeze through the back. Mm-hmm. Okay, if you're doing that, roll me stealth then, please, both of you. Dix, you're fine because you're just clinging. You don't have to roll stealth. You're just clinging onto him. Ezador, if you're squeezing through the back with them, roll me a stealth or roll me a performance to go through the crowd.
I'll do
Well,
performance.
stealth is not good,
Yep.
Josh. JB. 4.
A 4, you say?
Yes.
7.
A 7, you say?
Why do we always start like this?
Because these are the inciting incidents that make our sessions exciting. Okay, so, Gregor, as you're kind of like trying to sneak forward a little bit, you kind of like stub your toe on one of the cobblestones, you trail forward, you crash with a loud into a couple of garbage cans that are at the back of some houses. You are both kind of like laid in all of this crap, just pausing for a second, thinking, shit, you've been made. The parade continues forward.
I just pick myself up, stand up really straight, just, oh, yes.
Did you choose to go through the crowd?
Yeah, not exactly. Can I just look in the crowd again?
You can.
I want to
Roll
see
me
if
a
I can see any-
perception.
Yeah, can I, I'm just seeing if I can see any other Dragon Balls.
Okay.
Nine.
You don't see any Dragonborns, but you do see Ezador trying to like squeeze his way into the crowd, and just kind of getting pushed out every time. He's not able to squeeze into the crowd. So Ezador, you're kind of like walking slightly dejectedly next to the crowd, trying to blend in.
Damn it. And I'll just try and keep going down that little gap.
Roll me an agility check then, please. As you're trying to... You're getting through the gap itself, but the way that the cliff comes down, you're kind of having to put one foot on a stone and then kind of like boost yourself up onto the cliff road
So you mean
itself.
athletics?
Yes, athletics, sorry.
I just want to be
16.
sort of like trailing where he is, like keeping an eye on him and just, you know.
Roll me a perception then, please, Ezador. A 16, you say, Coogan?
Yeah.
Natural 20.
All right, this I can work with. So, Coogan, after picking yourself up, dusting yourself down, you continue forward and you realise that the mound of like crap has come out of all of these bins and everything. There's like I said, food peelings, there is bits of discarded hay, there is a couple of pieces of iron ore and stuff like that. You kind of use that to put your foot on and you kind of hoist yourself up, and you are now actually on the cliff road itself. Quite easily too. You are, if I can make this work, you are here.
Oh, brilliant.
You are pretty much at the base of the cliff road, but at this point in time, the actual, well, the majority of the festival goers wouldn't notice you. However, Ezador, eyes of an eagle, you notice this blue dragonborn with a cloak hoist himself up onto the cliffside road, look around very briefly with his hood flipped back over him, and start scurrying up the road.
Well, I'm gonna follow.
Yep, you can follow him quite easily. Just roll me a quick strength check to push your way through the crowd. But seeing as you are not a wanted man, it's easy enough for you to do as long as you can get through.
13.
A 13, that's not too bad at all. You start pushing your way through, you're getting jostled here and there. Despite being on the outside of the actual procession itself, there are still, like rows of people lining the side of the road. So as you're kind of like trying to dance your way around and push back through, there's one or two people that are, like pushing back, just like, hey, what are you doing? Aren't you part of the festival?
Of course I am. You?
It just kind of starts bobbing along with you. Yeah, having a good time.
Yeah. You?
Yeah, that founding hero was a great guy. What a Triton.
Certainly was. How did that story go again?
Well, she's dancing and now walking with you as you're kind of like both bouncing. Well, when Salt Harbour was founded centuries ago, still bouncing, there wasn't much in terms of protection, and the new mine crystal wasn't here. So the Sahagin, demons of the sea as they were, well, within the first 50 years we suffered many attacks from them.
Yeah.
And then, during a particularly bad one, when the Sahagin was swarming from everywhere, including the trees, strangely enough, this Triton rose up out of the sea, and it was weird. It was like he was a Triton, still bouncing, still walking. At this point in time, though, you were around about here. You've gone past the turning for the cliff.
I was waiting for that.
Right. That was the story, though.
This is bouncing. This Triton, kind of like a demon of the sea. Almost not like a Triton, really, seeing as Tritons are like mer people. Nonetheless, rose out of the sea. And he was almost like a tentacled mass of rage and violence. Single-handedly slaughtered all of the Sahagin. And since then, we've celebrated this amazing Triton called Rodazer. Here.
Rodazer, you say?
Rodaz-ease. Sorry, I got that wrong.
Rodazer.
Rodaz-ease.
Rodazer. Ah.
Yeah. Cool name for a Triton, right?
It is, yeah. And damn those Sahagins, yeah?
Damn those Sahagins! Kind of
Down with
raises
the
both hands up.
Sahagins!
Still bopping along with it. See, this guy gets it.
Yeah, I'll do that. I'll turn around to the crowd. Down with the Sahagins!
You just say, whoa! Down with the Sahagins!
Down!
You just hear trumpets now, just boom, boom, boom.
Right, and now I'll see you later then, yeah? I'm gonna walk my way back.
Still just bouncing. Okay, we come. That was ridiculous. Some of the most important lore of this chapter is the most ridiculous.
Is that an acronym?
An acronym?
An acronym. What was the name of the Triton again?
Ease. Rodazer. Sorry. Rodazer. I may have added too many E's there.
Right, okay. Spotted it.
Laying down the crumbs here, guys. Laying down the crumbs.
How
Now,
intriguing. I'm going to say as a bop in my head.
just bopping. Are you still fighting back against the crowd to try and get back to the cliff edge? Cliff road?
But I'm murmuring to myself, Ezador, what does he? I don't know, yeah.
Roll me one more storm check, please, and we'll then check back in with Gregor and Dix.
Dix.
Exactly the same.
That's what I said.
13.
I thought you didn't finish it then. It kind of cut out a minute then.
Sorry, I kind of leaned away as I said it. A 13, you say.
Yeah.
As you're trying to push back through, you find another guy still bouncing. Oi, mate! Good festival, innit?
What does he?
Yeah, what a guy that was! Having a
Certainly
fun
was.
time!
I am you.
Yeah! Would you like to hear the story of him?
Oh, what does he?
Yeah!
The big tentacly thing.
Yeah, that's the one!
I already know it.
Let me regale you again!
Wow, as long as you regale this way.
So you both start turning and walking back. He's regaling you, but yeah, you're now making your way more this way. As you do that, Gregor and Dix, you are making your way up the cliff road. As you do, you see that it is still this cobbled dirt road. The sounds of the festival are getting quieter and quieter as you make your way up. You would wager that you are probably around about 200 feet above the actual town itself now. You're almost eye level with the Crystal Tower, with that only being about 50 feet higher than you.
Right,
If not even that.
how far is the crowd again?
I'd say about 200 feet below you.
Brilliant. Yeah, I turn around that point and I have a look around to see if I can see Where's Ezador?
Don't ask me. I
Can I
can't see.
just have a look around and see if I see him?
Perception with disadvantage because you're so high.
Uh, 14.
14. With that, you can look down, and as you're peering over, you can see the shape of two people kind of bouncing and walking against the flow of the crowd.
Ah, there he is. Well,
Pretty much at the base of the walk now.
has he been taking drugs?
Oh, it's a Hoggins!
You just hear again.
Do I hear this from all the way up there?
You don't hear so much the down with the Sahagin parts, but you hear the trumpets just.
Having a lively time down there.
So, it takes 2 or 3 minutes, but Ezador, you manage to catch up back with them on this walk.
He was
Well,
right
who
behind
catches
us,
up with him?
Ezador. What
I
happened?
catch up with him, sorry.
Yeah, you catch up with them. They're kind of waiting for you.
As I come up to him, I'll be like, what does he?
I just throw my arms up in the air like, he was right behind us.
Oh God, what's happened?
He's here now.
What does he? Have you not heard of Rosadie?
I don't think so. Is that what they're all chanting down there?
Yes, that's what that big float thing is. Does it ring any bells in your head when I say Rosadie?
I just take a minute.
Roll me
No.
history, guys, if you'd like.
I just say no. Just like no.
Fair enough. Dix with advantage, you're a librarian.
14.
Okay, Dix, so with a 14, you know that this figure is a figure of legend. Stories have been passed down from generation to generation over the past couple of hundreds of years, I would say. No one is too sure of this Triton's name, other than the one that has been presented to you. No one knows much about this Triton in general. The stories say that he appeared from nowhere. He appeared in their time of need. And just as quickly as he appeared, he disappeared. However, there's been a few conflicting stories as to how helpful he actually was. He definitely slaughtered the Sahagin, but there are conflicting reports as to whether or not he also slaughtered, some of the townspeople.
Yeah.
And that is what you know.
Okay.
Sorry, what was that stemming from? Oh, that was me from saying, you ever heard of Rosadie?
Do you know him? Yes.
Do I? Well, can I get a sense out of that then of what? Because what I'm thinking is, Ezador's had a conversation with me prior to all of this.
What conversation? You're going to have to jog my memory. You guys have had hundreds of conversations.
Walking into Salt Harbour as we was arriving, and the worry of Jax not being able to control him.
That's a good point.
And whether I've clicked on at the fact that that name is Ezador's name backwards.
Roll me.
Because as me myself, I've picked that up, but has my character?
Then I'd say you did then. Because you are your character, aren't you? Sorry, I don't mean to DM.
No. I was going to say, in a way, I was going to say, in a way, yes, in a way, no. You kind of got to sometimes draw the line as to what you know and what you don't know. Intelligence with advantage.
What's this for?
All of it.
intelligence.
Well, yeah. But basically,
You've got little pieces of knowledge basically scattered around from Ezador's conversation, from the obviousness of that
No, that's
name,
fair enough. I
from
see
the
where you're coming from.
tentacles.
well, basically, in game, I heard that name, and then I made the connection that it was my name backwards, and then
Yes.
I should have just really in game gone up to him and gone. I tried to get them to get it.
I was going to say
in-game.
that's not what he's rolling for. He's rolling specifically because he had that conversation with you previously about Jack. He's heard about these tentacled masses coming up from the depths, and he's heard that name, which he's obviously figured out to be Ezador backwards. But it's, does he tie all of this together? Is it obvious to him?
Better.
He's got the pieces of the puzzle. It just depends if he fits them.
Yeah,
So yes.
yeah, don't forget he can't hear everything you're saying as well, Ezador. So you're hearing a completely different conversation.
Yeah, Ezador knows it's Ezador because you've lived this, or some version of this. Obviously, it's a story, it's going to be exaggerated, whereas Dix is only hearing snippets of everything.
All right, well, I got a 17 anyway.
Yeah, it's Ezador. Sorry, that's very anticlimactic. But after we just had that really long discussion, 17, yeah, it's Ezador. They're obviously talking about Ezador. Or some form of Ezador. The story is obviously based on Ezador in some way, shape, or form.
Well, I'm going to tell him, because I'm just going to go, well, this Rodazi came from the water, all these tentacles, and saved the city. Yeah?
It was a big octopus.
No, Gregor.
Dix.
Try and work it out.
Are you on the same page as me here?
I'm
Are
on
you...
the same page, yes.
Oh, fantastic.
That is your name backwards.
I am...
How about that, Gregor?
Can I still roll? I'm thinking at this point, so I'm not actually concentrating on what you're saying. I'm still thinking
Ezador is
about
the
it.
Triton.
No, I was going to say I'm still thinking about it. Can I roll for it? Like, see if I can get it.
Roll me an intelligence.
While he's thinking away, I'm going to say to Dix, I tell you, Dix, I always thought it was about time I should have a parade in my honour, and finally it's here. I can't...
Is it history, Tom?
This is your day,
intelligence. Bear in
It
mind,
is.
Dix, you know the conflicting reports as to what, actually happened, as to, whether or not this Triton also murdered dozens of civilians.
Oh, God. Intelligence. 3.
It's a big octopus! Fucking massive octopus!
Yes, it was a big
Cthulhu!
octopus, wasn't it? Yeah, I remember.
Yes,
Someone
Gregor,
tell
it
me
was,
about
yes.
I'm just going to lean over the top of Gregor's up to his ear and just go, it was Ezador!
Screaming in my ear, were you?
Pretty much.
Yeah, screaming in your ear, yeah.
Ah, you.
It is his
Ezador.
name backwards! That is who the Triton is, and that is what this parade is all about.
I'm just in my mind, just trying to think it backwards, but I'm mixing up all the letters.
Yes, well...
Is
let me
Gregor
put-
dyslexic?
Let me put it this
Not
way,
very
Gregor.
smart at this point.
I've had many exploits, many times I've had a chance to do good in this world.
His
and
intelligence is -2.
finally,
Not the best.
it looks like my efforts have been rewarded. And this parade is in fact a result of the deeds that I have done. Saved the people, you might say.
Nah, it was a big octopus.
Are you guys still walking up the path as this is happening?
Yeah.
I'm giving up on this now.
You guys, let me just roll
I have no
something.
further comments.
You guys have literally been stood outside of the gates of the Hold arguing for the past 5 minutes about this.
Shall we go and see your Lord Solus anyway?
Yeah, can we straight and turn to the gate and just try and open it?
Yeah, so stood in front of you, right in front of you, a bunch of wooden poles measuring about 15 feet high. In between each of the poles are wooden slats, so fences essentially, and a gate which is wide open. The gate looks old and kind of like battered. In front of that, though, is a very large building. You would say probably, in terms of like width and stuff, around about the same size as Reap Manor, if not slightly wider. Height-wise, Reap Manor definitely hasn't beaten because this seems to only be a 2-floor building. The top of it is completely thatched, looks very intricate. The front of it looks like it's kind of got white plaster all across it with some beautifully inlaid windows, whereas the doors themselves are very large oak double doors with gold inlaid in them.
Not bad at all.
Oh, I must admit, that'll explain the statue anyway.
What statue?
I'm just talking to myself. I wonder why it's backwards, though. That is strange. That's a thing.
You guys entering the hold?
This is me just thinking to myself.
I can't do anything.
Yeah, unfortunately, Gregor, sorry, Ezador, you're just thinking to yourself.
I'm thinking to myself, yeah, but I'm also going to mention that Jax is starting to erupt conversations in my head.
I mean, if you would like to describe those, you can do, or we can just move on. Or you can kind of give a brief overview. Is Jax happy or sad, or is he like, yeah, we fucking did that?
Yeah, he's sort of like that, and he's also getting impatient.
Fair play.
He's been in there a while now.
He has. Gregor, are you opening the whole door as Ezador is pretty much kind of mumbling to himself then?
Yes.
Again, with a heavy... The doors open, and I'm going to hope that this is the correct soundtrack. As the doors open, you see in front of you a very long hall. There are multiple doors on either side. Well, I say doors. There are multiple doorways on either side. There are no actual doors themselves. Right in front of you, stretching almost the entire length of the hall, is a large fire pit with burning embers and flames erupting around it. There are multiple coals just on the side waiting to be pushed in, and there's a couple of large spits there with some meat just turning around slowly. On either side of it, there are a couple of tables for dining, and around about halfway down, the tables stop, and it's odd, there are some stairs that lead upwards, but the actual fire itself continues on, so it's almost like a trough of flames. There at the very, very top, though, at the end of the room, is a chair, a large, tall chair with two smaller chairs next to it. And there is a man that is very identifiable to you, Gregor, at least, as Lord Solis there. On either side of him, though, there are a couple of guards. And was kind of like stood talking very animatedly to him is... a large orc clad in armour, just kind of like leant over, just... You can't quite hear what he's saying, but you can tell that this person, whomever it is not happy in the slightest.
There's Lord Solis. Let's get him.
That sounds very... Let's get him.
You know what I mean. Let's go talk to him.
Okay, so are you guys approaching Lord Solis and this large orc?
Yes.
Okay, as you approach him, you kind of start walking up the stairs. Ezador, are you following?
Yes, I am. I'm going to be staying back a bit. Let them lead.
That's fair. As you approach, then, as you start walking up the stairs and you start approaching towards Lord Solis and this orc, you see two guards step out in front.
Halt, citizen. What is your business here?
We need to speak to Lord Solis straight away.
Aye.
Lord Solis is engaging in very important conversation with General Corvirian regarding the attacks of recent days. Obviously, with this being a festival, it takes the most of importance. We cannot be having another incident like that today.
Right. When can we see him?
Well, kind of pulls out a notebook and flicks through.
I'm not sure why I'm flicking through this, because I can't read with that roll. But I'd say it's probably, maybe a day, a week. Time is irrelevant to us.
I reach into the back, into my bag of holding, and just pull out 20 gold pieces.
I'm going to clap this out, but I was so tempted to have a joke of, he's got a gun, shoot him! Just reaching for the gun. Roll me persuasion, please.
And I get +4.
Because
Oh
of your
charisma
cannibalism.
Yeah, so that is a wisdom. What is it? Wisdom?
No, persuasion.
Sorry. Persuasion. Say again.
No, I said that's all right because you were apologising. I was like,
Oh yeah,
that's fine.
that's a +4, and I get another +4, so that's +8. And I got a 17, so that is
Fuck yeah, that's 25.
yeah, 25. And I just pull out and just go. Maybe we can see him after this orc fella.
He takes a look at the 20 gold. I don't even know why I'm rolling because he definitely, just puts the note, flips the notebook and just puts it in his pocket. Holds out his hand very casually, like just towards where your arm is, out towards where your hand is. Guessing you tip the gold in there?
Yep, just drop it.
Ah, I see. You're the emissary that we were waiting for, are you not? Just winks to you. Not gonna lie, it was really tempting to have you roll an intelligence check to see if you caught on.
You can do it if you want.
Nah, fuck it. Moment's passed. I can't do that to you. That was a smart play. Alright, well, if you'd like to wait there, once Mr. General Bone Crusher has finished talking to Lord Solus, I'll inform him that you have been waiting for some time.
Good man.
And it clicks his heels.
I just turn back around and walk to the nearest table.
Okay. Ezador, are you following? And Dix, are you still clinging onto Gregor's neck?
Yeah, well played, Gregor. I'm impressed.
I don't know what's come over me. I mean, just this
I'm
rush.
confident.
I just sit at the table and just... Can I go around to see if there's anything lizardy, scaly, like that I can sink my teeth into?
Roll me a perception. I was going to ask you to roll me a con save, but you're leading into this, so I don't need to.
Perception.
Yes. Oh, also, I just realised.
Can't say. Oh, is it something he's got to eat if he sees it? Or he might have to.
18.
No. 18. So just to
sorry
bounce up-
guys, I was getting into the character in a way. It's like he's had a taste of this now and I'm just playing along with it.
No, yeah, I know. I
just
just wanted to know the handicap phase one.
I was going to say, just to lean into this a little bit, whilst I'm trying to figure out this. So he was leaning into it, yes. At this moment in time, he doesn't necessarily need to, do anything as such. However, further down the line, there we go. Further down the line, he might need to, as it is, the affliction of being a cannibal. Because that is what Gregor is now, a cannibal. There we go.
To be honest,
That'll do.
I don't know that I'm a cannibal yet.
You
That's
do
what
not.
I'm kind of clicking onto, so it's like, oh, I got like a real taste for this meat. Not really realizing what it is.
Godless creature.
Right. So, Gregor, with a 17, was that, sorry?
18.
18? There are some iguana tails nearby. Juicy grilled iguana tails.
I just lick my lips and I'll just go over and grab one.
Okay.
And I just start.
While he's doing that, can I just have a look of disgust in my face?
You have a look of very obvious pure disgust in your face. As Gregor, you heal for 1 point of damage if you've got any damage left.
I do.
So you
You enjoyed that,
Goodness.
Gregor?
Yes, I've got a hankering for this at the moment. Just rip
Can
it
I
off.
smell? Can I smell that?
roll me perception with advantage.
12.
A 12, you say? You can smell some kind of meat. You're not quite sure what kind of meat it is, though, unfortunately.
Jesus, Tom, your room's a red light there. Fnac.
I'm trying to get fire, guys. You're in a fiery, embery place. I've not figured this one out yet.
Gregor, would you mind passing me one of those up?
Yeah, sure.
Roll me con save, Gregor. Much like a dog eating a bowl of food, someone has
Natural
approached your
20.
food. And yet, despite them approaching your bowl of food, you don't feel defensive at all. Go for it. Give him that lizard tail.
Yeah, there you go. Just hand it out behind me.
I'm going to munch on that while I'm up here.
Dix, you don't regain any health, I'm afraid. You just have a nice, delicious lizard tail.
That's alright, that.
Well, I suppose if everybody else having them, then I'm gonna go for it by myself.
Ezador, you also have a delicious iguana tail. Unfortunately, you also don't heal any health or anything like that. But it's the damnedest thing as Gregor's eating this, there is a look of bliss on his face. On his scaly lizard face. One eye closed permanently, the other one is filled with happiness.
So good. So good. Is there any sauce or anything that I can dip anything in?
There's lizard blood.
Yeah, I did hit like big dollop of it just on it and I just chew down it.
Gregor, do you not have a bit of an issue, eating this pallet of food?
What are you talking about?
Well, that's iguana meat.
So? I mean, it's not like that's all I go for. I just gonna grab another piece of meat. That's not
It's fair, it's complicated. It's a complicated matter, I suppose. Or it's not.
Does anyone run a roll of perception for me, please, to see if you can overhear what this other conversation is?
Yeah, go on.
Yeah, go on.
16.
Natural 1.
4.
Alright, let me do this one at a time then. You got a natural 1, Gregor, did you not, yeah? A natural 1, you say, Gregor?
Yes.
You are focused solely on this meat. You need that meat. You are just craving more and more. You bite into one chunk, rip it off the stick, slam it down onto the table, you grab another one. This continues for a good 20 or 30 seconds till you realise there is no more lizard tails left. Roll me a con save, please.
Con save. 18.
For a split second, you feel the hands of Dix kind of like one of the hands of Dix digging into your shoulder, and you think for a split second, that feels like lizard claws. But the thought passes very quickly.
I just put my hand onto the side, like kind of grabbing his leg.
Alright, Dix, Gregor's grabbed your leg.
Yes.
Oh, sorry, I thought.
No, it's just me.
No, never mind. I just break out of it for a minute and just go. Oh, I'm full now.
Anyway,
No one came over.
I should think
Stay
so.
quiet.
You've eaten the entire bowl.
Yes, Ezador, you don't pay attention to that conversation because you're watching Gregor just fucking scarf all of these lizard tails.
Oh yeah, I've just been staring at him like...
Just in disgust and amusement and kind of horror and interest. Just like...
Well, I mean,
Shut
I
up.
guess I've not eaten all day, so it's understandable.
Gregor, just stay quiet for a moment. I'm trying to listen to something.
Yeah, Dix, what did you get?
16.
16, so you don't hear all of it, but you can just about hear this wizened old orc just... And I keep telling you lot, Silas, unless we close the gates, especially on today, we're going to get more and more of these attacks. There's already reports of people bypassing the security around the perimeter. How else do you think someone like that got in? And now they're undermining the new mine crystal. I am not in charge of the security of this place. You to say, you're not in charge of the security at all. You're a quartermaster, not a security guard. You're in charge of the weapons. Be that as it may, I am in charge of the weapons that the security uses. We must close the gates after today's festival and prevent any outsiders from entering the city until we find the perpetrators.
And that is the conversation you overhear. Or part of the
Looks like-
conversation that you overhear.
Looks like they got bigger fish to fry here, Gregor, than us.
What are you talking about?
Right, it just sounds like there's a security breach to me.
Deeks,
They're
roll me
worried
an intelligence check. Sorry, Deeks, there for a sec.
12.
They might be talking about you.
Unless it is us that they're talking about. They're talking about outsiders and a breach. Yeah, they're talking about outsiders coming in. They need to close the gates. Can't imagine that's for us, can it? Surely not.
Nah.
That you just hear, you both, all three of you can see this large orc, like kind of in quite serious military armor, just slam his hand down with a heavy boom. I forgot what voice it was then. Just with a loud boom.
And I swear, if we do not shut the gate, more magical bombs will go off. Every goddamn day, Solus, until there's nothing left, and you will place that blame at my feet.
Oh, yeah, he's definitely talking about us.
Well, I'll be damned.
Throws his arms up and just storms out, clinking past you both.
I lean in and whisper, maybe Ezador should stay behind.
Why is it? Maybe I don't know.
He is a stranger here. This is the first time he's actually
What for?
been here. If Lord Solus doesn't actually recognize him, won't he suspect him being the strangers that bombed up the square? The when we came in?
I don't think so, but I don't think the piece of parchment we've got is going to quite suffice here, if I must say.
We still blew up we still let off a bomb in town.
Yes, but
Have any of you actually looked at the parchment yet?
No.
read the piece of parchment, Gregor. See what it says.
Oh, okay, I just opened it up. I mean, yeah.
It unrolls. Quite a long one, but there's a couple of words on there.
Awfully sorry, bro. That was my bad. These ones are with me. Signed, of course, by Lord Solus, your former acquaintance and party member. You will obviously let them go. Yes?
Now,
I mean,
is that enough?
It sounds fine to me.
sounds like he's writing to his best mate.
And then underneath,
P.S. I still have that beholder eye, and that poor man back in Beggar's Hollow is still missing his arm. Don't make me call him. You know the one I mean.
I'm happy.
Okay. Yeah. Close it back up, roll
just
it back
close
up.
it back up. Also,
Let's
just
just
meta
wait
for a
our turn.
second. Sorry, just meta for a second. I may have forgotten that guy's name. Nope, I've remembered it. His name Tifu. Too late now. I'm firing on all but no cylinders at the same time. So, you said that you're going to wait your turn, yeah?
Yes, I think we should wait our turn.
Yes.
Ezador will be fine.
A couple of minutes pass, and then the guard from before that Gregor bribed just kind of clumps over. Lord Solus, I'll see you now.
Right. I just get up and start walking the guard.
Whoa, hang on, 1 second. How many of you are there? I need to introduce you to Lord Solus. Obviously, he needs a bit of details beforehand.
Just the two.
Just the two of you. All right, what can I say your names are?
Say again.
I said just the two of you. What can I say your names are?
Gregor and Ezador.
Gregor and Ezador. Alrighty then. Just walks forward.
That was
Deep
lucky.
into- Still say something.
I'm just thinking to myself, how are we going to clear Dix's name?
Dix,
what I was just gonna
you
say.
can do something if you want as they're starting to walk forward.
No,
I'm going to.
Can I just pull my head? Can I pull my head back and just say, "Oh," and Dix, yeah, and just drop him on the floor?
Yes,
Very-
it's me. It's me as well.
That is awfully odd in this here city. Why is there a gnome on your shoulders, sir?
Oh, I simply get tired from walking. It was quite a walk to get through to here today.
completely forgot who's up there.
Shoulders.
I am certainly not going to roll something to see if I can put two and two together, because certainly not the description of the bombers have been circulated to all the guards around the city. Nope, not with a natural one, I can't. Alright. Lord Solus, introducing. What was your name, little gnome?
Dix.
Dix the Small. Gregor the Last. He's a dragonborn. We all know he's the last of his kind. And moving on quickly, Ezador the Blue. Not sure why I'm still studying, my lord, but I'm going to walk away now. Just kind of starts stepping backwards. Sat in front of you. Sorry, go on.
I was just going to say, Lord Solus.
So yes, Ezador, you recognise Lord Solus as the man that you helped out at Beggar's Hollow. But for the sake of Dix, Ezador, and of course the audience who have never met Lord Solus before, sat in front of you is the ruler, or the Voivode of Salt Harbour. He is a sea elf, which is a bit surprising to you, Ezador, given, you know, like, the history and stuff with Salt Harbour. Although Sahagins and sea elves are distinctly different, they are still nautical themed. But he is around about 6 foot tall. Even sat in this throne, you can see he is a tall man. He is relatively slim. He's got kind of like sharp features to him. His eyes are jet black. His skin is kind of like a light blue and his ears curl backwards. He's got quite short white hair that kind of spikes backwards. His cloth clothing is dyed a dark red, which contrasts again with his pale blue skin. And the actual irises of his eyes, so the sclera, so where our whites would be, are black, but the irises are bright yellow. He's got a very thin face, a long and thin nose, and as he smiles, and as he does smile as he sees you, Gregor, his lips seem far bigger than they should be, like far wider than they should be.
Ah, Lord Solus. You keeping well?
He's kind of like, just kind of slouched in a chair with a long trident kind of resting in his hand, just twiddling it around. Ah, and Gregor. That's been some time. How have you been keeping? I am quite all right, my good boy. This is the day of the founding festival. The best day of the calendar year for Salt Harbour.
Oh, yes, all of them got attacked by a big octopus. Yes, I remember.
Not quite, my boy, but nonetheless, that is not the point. How have you been? And where are your companions?
Unfortunately, we lost them during our expedition.
Oh, the expedition, you say? That was the one that you were still twiddling this trident around. That is the one that you cleared out that ghastly dragon for, was it not? The Solomonari, I believe you were called. Oh, dragon riders indeed.
Not that
Dragon
not that
slayers.
Time. Not that
Oh.
time, I'm afraid. It was the next time. We went on actually a job with Amrius Reap.
Oh, Amrius! You know Amrius. Yes, of course you do. You were saying that you were going on a job with him, yes. Oh, Amrius, him and I are good chaps, good old chums from the days back in our adventuring time before we settled down into the harbour. Along with Dave TV, I don't really talk about them, nonetheless.
Well,
Show him the
I've got a
parchment,
letter.
Gregor.
Yes, that's what I was going to do.
Oh, what is that letter? Is it T? Is it A? No, I'm just being jovial with you. Of course, it's a parchment. What is it for? What is it about?
It's
Who's it
from-
for? Who's it from?
is from Amrius Reap himself to give to you.
Oh, Amrius, eh? And he just kind of takes the parchment, and I wonder what this could be. Starts unwrapping it, starts slowly pulling it. If I know Amrius after yesterday, it is probably some. Oh, kind of reads through it, shuts it very slowly, puts it in his back pocket. You're the one that we're looking for, aren't you?
Say again.
You're the one that we are looking for, aren't you? After that business in the entrance.
Possibly.
Yes.
Oh, a gnome! Delightful. Does it do tricks?
Hi. Excuse me?
Sorry. Old habits die hard, sea elf and all that.
Of course.
Yes. Gregor would know all about that. What do you, Gregor? Being a cleric of Titan.
Titan? Who's Titan?
Not the king. And I may have, as the DM, got stuff mixed up there. It's not Titan, the cleric of Talos. There we go. Being a cleric of Talos. I may have been getting too excited being Lord Solis again after 2 years. One of my favourite characters.
Well, bye then.
Whoa. I have not excused any of you. There are a couple of matters, the first of which, Gregor. So, Amrius told me. I don't know why I'm doing Amrius' voice, fucking hell. Amrius told me that it was an accident. Pray tell, though, what was the accident? How did it happen? He has not really beleaguered me with that.
Well, I tried to mend a certain object, but I ended up trying to use magic. It seriously backfired.
How does this tie into our little gnome friend here? As he, too, is wanted.
I was simply in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Oh, Radius. Yes. Very well. Corvirian won't be happy if I just hand-waved this away. He was the chap that you saw before. He is, well, he's not really in charge of the barracks. He's in charge of the weapons. There's the quartermaster there. Bit of a dickhead.
What was his name again, sorry?
Corvirian, he's the quartermaster there.
Second name?
Interesting.
Bone Crusher, why do you ask?
Oh. So
He's an orc, you see.
And his initials would be KB, would you say?
It would be KB indeed, yes. Yes, he's an orc, you see. His familial name is different from what his known name is, but orcs are called by what they do, and he crushes bones. At least he did until he became a cropper, as it were, in the battlefield. Not very good at it. Nonetheless, Gregor,
Yes.
we have 2 bits of outstanding business. I'm not sure who your blue-headed friend here is. Quite astute, though, nonetheless. Weird eyes.
Ezador.
A pleasure to make your acquaintance. And did you know that your name is awfully similar to the hero of Salt Harbor?
Yes, it's
Backwards,
funny
in
that.
fact.
I know, it is funny that. I wonder how that would come about. It's just coincidence, I suppose.
I assume your parents must have loved the hero of Salt Harbor very much, so named him after them.
Yes, if my parents were alive after the incident.
Just narrowed his eyes. Most people's parents were. Well, except some elves and stuff.
Yes, some long-living chaps and so forth.
Just 2 very knowing glances between the 2 of you. Yes, anyway, Gregor, we have some outstanding business. Yes, so there is a fine. I'm going to have to fine you, or else Corvirian will be very, very mad at me.
That's fair.
15,000 gold for the repairs. If that's okay.
15,000 gold. Let me rip me off here.
I could make it 25,000. 15 is just the cost. 25 would be a profit.
Just pay him, Gregor. Just pay him.
I just reach into my bag of holding. 15,000 was it?
Yeah, you just hear it said it. As 15,000 gold leaves your inventory.
There we go.
And, of course, second, the Solomonari are no longer, well... I take these two are the new members of the Solomonari.
Who's a member?
It's
Well,
temporary.
we are in a band for the moment. We seem to be generally heading in the same direction, don't we, chaps?
Well,
if you
as
want
I
to
am,
stick with it, I mean, we can.
as I am sure you know, you cannot take on quests and adventuring contracts in all of Ixon without the Lord of Salt Harbour's say so. You must be permitted. And Gregor here is already permitted with the Solomonari. The two of you, I'm afraid I've never heard of you before, nor any of the company that you may possibly keep.
Well,
However, if you are sticking with Gregor for now, I can amend the Solomonari, even if it is temporary, so you are honorary members.
And that would be
Stresses
greatly
eyebrows.
appreciated.
That will be another 45 gold, Gregor, please. Administration costs and all that.
Of course. I think we all should go in as well, since we're all joining this expedition.
Yes, you pay him, Gregor.
Yes, but give me the gold.
Yes, I will.
But give me the gold.
Are you trying to argue against each other? Because if you are, both roll persuasion, we'll see who wins.
Yeah, go on then.
Also, Ezador, are you wanting to try and dip out of this?
I'm going to
Otherwise-
fill my pockets and I'll be like, I think I might have left my
you
gold
can.
in my other cloak.
Okay, Ezador, roll me performance. Dix, what did you get?
I got a natural one.
Alright, Gregor, Ezador, don't roll a thing. Where is mine? There we go.
What was this for? Sorry, persuasion.
Yeah, but you don't have to roll a single thing.
No, I'm just looking what I would have got. Well, I rolled a 2, but I would have still got 6.
Alright. Dix, Gregor's persuasion skills are admirable, and you actually kind of feel a little bit bad that he's having to refill the ranks of his company, as it were. He's lost 2 friends. The guilt is so bad that you feel like you should pay the entire thing yourself.
Feel like it, but not going to. How much is it?
It's a 45 gold. Not that great a sum, obviously, for adventuring parties.
Ezador?
I got 15.
Care to cover the share of the?
I would love to, my little friend, but I seem to have left my gold in my other cloak. Quite forgot to bring it with me.
If you do not have the gold for it, then you can always owe it.
Can I tell if he's lying or not?
Roll an insight, beat a 15, I think it was, wasn't it, Ezador?
So I
Yeah,
got
beat a 15 on your insight.
15.
I need to consult our house rules for that. Ezador, you would class it as a defender. Dix, you would class it as an attacker. Dix wins, he sees through it. Sorry, it's very close. Dix, you are just kind of like studying him for a second, and then as he's kind of patting down his pockets, acting like he's not got anything, you hear the distinctive jingle of coins.
That sounds like money in there to me.
Oh, so So it is. How embarrassing. I could have sworn I left it in my other cloak.
Oh, it's quite all right. So once again, would you care to cover the share of this?
I'm really sorry, Dix. I'm not covering all of it. Not when you rolled a one. I'm not.
I tell you what, Ezador.
Pretty much.
Dix pays 20, you pay 20, and I'll pay the 5.
I can agree to that.
Yes. Okay. I'll pay 20 then.
Okay, so you guys all hand over your money, so Lord Solus. Oh, that is very good. I will, of course, Gregor, I will tell the city guards immediately to allow you and Dixeldorf,
Oh.
just Dix.
Just
Here, to allow to be passed through the city unimpeded. You are no longer wanted fugitives. And within the next 24 hours, normally it would be immediately, but it is the founding festival. Within the next 24 hours, the Solomonari will be updated to allow Dix and Ezador here to be part of your group.
I'm going to look
Absolutely
really
fantastic.
I'm going to look really depressed at the 4 gold coins I have left in my hand. I'd just be like, great.
And truly, it is an honor, is it not, Ezador?
Yes.
I was going to say, can I just meta for a minute?
Yes.
Did I hear? I heard what the guard said about the orc and about the DK. What was it? His initials.
Yes, that was Solus talking to you, not the guard.
Oh, was that Solus? Was it?
Yes. You all heard Lord Solus talk about Coverian.
Right. Thank you, Lord Solus. Also, back to your orc friend. I believe Ezador may have some information they may want to share with you.
I would say, I don't know why it was fucking Amrius again. I would say that maybe you should take a second to think about this before you throw Ezador in there, and we shall take our first proper break.
Are we still stood in front of
Lord Solus, yes.
Lord Solus?
Gregor?
Yeah.
Gregor has kind of dropped Ezador, and it's saying that Ezador might have something to discuss with Lord Solus about Corvirian Bone Crusher or General Bone Crusher. However, Ezador, you've not yet answered. You've still got time to, get yourself out of there if you wish.
Yes, well, this Corvonis Bone Crusher gentleman that you were just talking to now.
Yes, he is the quartermaster of Salt Harbour. His guard barracks. He is an important man, a little above his station, but important nonetheless.
It seemed awful. I mean, I haven't got any information. I don't know where he got that from. I must admit, though, he did seem, he seemed rather upset.
Yes, well, until we realised that, I realised that Gregor here and his new companion, and I suppose you are also his new companion, was to do with the unfortunate incident that happened the other day. Corvirian was awfully concerned about our external forces trying to make their way into Salt Harbour for nefarious purposes.
Yes. I wonder where he'd, I suppose he's gone to storm off to a tavern or something to drown his sorrows now, has he? Would he? You think?
Well, given the time, I would say that, kind of looks at the window outside. At this time of the day, it is towards the end of the communal meal within the commercial area. The commercial area is quite often a focal point of the founding festival, and at this point in time, if anyone wishes to partake, there's a communal meal. Or I have heard tales of Crom Grimlock's bar, the Baneful Squid, that tavern, holding a soiree of some sort for a very famous bard called Sailor Twift. Could be at either of those two.
Oh, that's where he'll be going now, or will he be working?
No, Corvirian is often quite the stickler for working at all times. However, on the founding festival, this year at the very least, he requested time off in the afternoon.
Oh, really? Often?
Yes, no, not often. This is the first year. And if I was to know Corvirian, which I do very well, having known him for decades now, I would say he's either... Well, he cannot leave his work alone even on a day off or afternoon off, so the biggest crowds would be either at the communal area or at the Baneful Squid. But I must ask, why would you like to find him?
Oh, well, it's just, as we know between us, there isn't really anything sinister going on. It was all just a big mishap, but obviously he's still baying for blood there, isn't he? So it just might be wise for us to keep a wide berth from until it might blow over.
That might be a wise choice. I would say it's up to you. You could always, if you see him, you could tell him that Lord Solus has given full pardoning to Gregor the Last and Dix the Small, I believe the god said you were.
Just Dix.
Just Dix, then. Very well.
No, well,
if you require my surname, it's his Meloncall.
Oh, Dix Meloncall. Oh, you are from the Meloncall family, are you not? I've heard great things about one of your family members.
Oh, yes, and who would that be?
That would be Dix Meloncall.
Oh, yes.
Fearsome warrior he has become, yes.
Oh,
Located in the Citadel, the last time I heard.
That's very interesting.
Yes, it
And then, of course, your sister, not looking around to see items that may perk my interest for her name, your sister, Nerf Gun Meloncall.
Nerf Gun.
No.
I've actually
Go on now. I'm intrigued.
Well, of course, she is called Nerf Gun due to her affinity with the Fae at times, having treaded in and out of various Fae realms, her real name, of course, being Nephelia. As you well know, Dix. Nephelia Meloncall. Fae Walker, I believe they call her. The Fae Walker.
Ah, yes, the Fae Walker. Many jokes around that.
Oh, many. So tell me, Dix, I'm actually quite intrigued. You obviously have Trix, fearsome warrior of the Citadel, and gnome of all people, rising to prominence in an orc capital. You have Nephelia Meloncall, I will not refer to her nickname, as the Fae Walker. What are you, the third of the four famous Meloncall siblings, up to?
Ah, well, me myself. I took a different approach to life. I'm a librarian.
Oh. Well, I suppose we all find happiness in something. We cannot all be pioneers.
Well, you see, I've always lived under the philosophy that knowledge is power.
Yes, but my dear Dix clicks his finger. Just like 5 ranks of soldiers form his click. That's true, but also power is power.
Power is power, yes.
Nonetheless, I did not mean to intimidate you, my dear friend. Oh, it's just very interesting to see what the Meloncall family are up to. Ghastly business with your parents and all that.
Well, we're doing okay, let's just put it that way.
Yes, I hope your final brother is okay. No one's heard from him in quite some time.
Oh, I've heard.
Oh, you've heard from
Oh, I hear from them all.
Minty Flesh?
Minty Flesh.
Minty Fresh?
Minty Fresh.
Yes, that is his nickname, is it not?
I'm amused of these names you're spitting off the end of your tongue here.
I do, of course, no, I can't call him Nescafe. I do, of course, mean Azalea.
Do you now?
I'm assuming I do. Unless you have a better name for him. Please tell me if you do.
Oh, I'm not going to go into names of my siblings right now. I just find this conversation very amusing.
Well, he's called Azalea. No one's heard from him in quite some time, and if you have heard of him, you should probably tell someone.
I might do that. I might.
Well, we have business anyway.
Yes, it's been a
so
pleasure. It's been a
We-
pleasure.
Let's just go.
been awfully a good pleasure meeting you, but we must
Leaving.
total off while the
We'll
festivities are still in full swing.
Yes, of course. The DM is certainly not going to have to listen back to this and figure out what the fuck he's just said for the past 5 minutes.
And I've got to figure out what goes into the notes or not. I've got Nerf guns.
I don't fucking know. This is the issue when
Is that
I am...
carved in stone for you, is it?
Minty
This is-
flesh.
This is the issue when I'm winging it and I'm really out of practice on winging it. I'm looking at fucking items around me. You're lucky I didn't call it Pokemon.
Why have you got minty flesh in your room?
No, Minty Fresh.
Oh, right.
Chewing gum. Yeah, I've got Minty Fresh chewing gum in my room. And then
That makes
behind that, I've got
more sense.
Nescafe Zero. Damn it, I wasn't far off.
No, it's all right.
Zero.
There would have been some pretty cool names.
Yeah, Zero would have been a good name, more than Azalea or whatever I called him. Nonetheless, so mystery behind Dix's family there.
And his dad Budweiser.
Best friend, Budweiser.
Ooh, that's
Just trying to sow some narrative seeds here, guys, to kind of flesh you guys out a little bit.
Very good, very good.
yeah, we don't talk about our past that much in this game.
You don't, so I've got to
he was
fucking
not
drag it out.
biting. He was not
I've got to
biting.
fucking drag it out of you guys, kicking and screaming. Oh, you're
I know.
past, you say? Yes, I was created five sessions ago. I don't have a bust. Yes, you fucking do. You're fully formed characters, you fucks.
I don't know why there's this big thing that we got to keep our history completely secret.
I know.
Anyone,
Right.
anything.
Out of everyone that you should tell is the fucking DM.
I've been trying to tell my story, but nobody bloody asks. I say, oh, I had a wife once. Right, can I have a look around the crowd and see if there's like guys? There's a float with me on it and a full parade.
I feel like I'm trying to flesh out your character, Gus.
And I'm
Just no
like,
one else is biting.
there's a statue here that looks like me. So how do we get in then?
I'm trying, guys. I'm trying my damn
I
best.
know you are. I'm trying to get them to ask. And I'm like,
There's going to be one point where I'm just like, this is your fucking character backstory, you pricks. Go along with it.
Gregor, didn't I see you from birth to up to this point? At this point. Yes. Oh, yeah. You were from that village that got destroyed ages ago.
I think I've name dropped the Desolation of Scald more times in this session than I have in 3 years. You're welcome, guys. Moving
Well,
the story forward.
as we
Anyway.
walk away,
Yes,
as
as you
you
walk away.
I'm just going to say to them two, and he goes, okay, guys, I think I'm onto something here. That crow's nest bone crusher,
Yes.
Corvarian bone crusher gentleman, has the same initials that are on that slip. Do you know that ransom note?
Why didn't we just tell Lord Hollis about it?
Because firstly,
So
we don't know how far the rabbit hole goes there. And remember, our deal was to hog tie that guy and bring him to the merchant, because he may very well have killed his wife.
Good point.
Oh, that's interesting.
So I say we try and find this orc, unsavory character, maybe tail him, or maybe just straight out come out and ask him if we're up for a bit of a fight, but that may be some trouble. I don't know.
I'll give it a go. Might as well. Luck seems to be on my side today. I just start walking.
Well, I'd be happy to tail him, possibly follow him and find out some further information for you.
Yes, Dix. Your size may be of great advantage in this situation.
Oh, I'm small and nimble.
Maybe keep your cloak of billowing out the way this time.
Yeah. Yeah, of course. But this is something I can do.
Okay, Dix. I will trust
right.
you, my little friend.
Yes, let's go.
Let's go and find him.
Okay, so you guys kind of push open the doors again, just like a... And once again, you are now on top of the hill, top of the cliffside. And it is, at this point in time, relatively late-ish. It's about 6:30-ish. The lights have started to dim outside. It is quite blue. You know, it's nighttime, basically. It's nighttime outside. The hubbub from the early festivals have pretty much ended. You can just hear quietness, but from kind of like the southeast, you can hear a small throng of chatting from people down below in the commercial area. Right in front of you, though, on the cliff top with the kind of like paved stones and the dirt road leading downwards, on both sides there are numerous like small torches just lighting the way. Over then, the small radius of light from these small torches, though, it is pretty much almost pitch black.
Oh, is the festival over already?
Well, we've got two places we can check. There is first the commercial area meal, or our old friend Grimlock.
Where
would he be?
Not the tavern, the Baneful Squid.
Oh, the Baneful Squid.
Yes,
I think start there.
Baneful Squid's always a good start. Unless we pass in the commercial area.
Yeah, shall we go which one's closest, and we could check on the way?
Yeah, good idea.
Okay, sorry, just to let you know, the route that you guys are going, let me load up the map very quickly for us. The route that you guys are going, the actual meal itself is on the cliff edge, well, the cliff tops of the commercial area, but it is near the lower fountain, near where the docks are, so around here.
Oh.
The Baneful Squid itself is in the northern section of the kind of like the smaller streets, near the edge of the residential area. You can either take the first set of stairs closest to the cliff edge, which will then push you through the meal, but there will be possibly other vendors there still selling stuff, or you can continue around the commercial area, the residential area, which you assume is pretty much abandoned at this point in time because of everyone having the commercial meals, and then head to the Baneful Squid that way.
And we're coming from here, are we?
Yes, so at this point in time, you're probably closer to, like the edge of the... You're starting to head downwards from the cliff top.
Right, okay.
So
I think he'll head for the Baneful Squid. Because if he's just had a fight with someone, he'll want to have a drink.
Seems like maybe the quickest place to.
I'm happy.
Seems like the quickest place to check. We may get caught up in some mishap or whatever, knowing us going to the meal.
Some kind of event of some sort.
Shall we stick our heads into the Baneful Squid?
We choose the path of least resistance.
Yeah, we go. Yeah.
Yeah, well, stay to the quiet streets, go to the Baneful Squid back ways.
So as you're walking down, again, all you can really hear is the odd cricket chirping, like a type of noise. You can hear the hubbub, like I said, from lower down where the residential area is. As you're walking around the streets, and you can kind of just see over the edge of the cliff edge down onto the residential area, you can see there are numerous tents still, like proper, almost circus style tents, lit up in different colours. Away from them, though, kind of like stretching the length of the rest of the commercial area before the streets themselves, and numerous long tables. You would estimate there's about 10, 15 of these tables. All of them are decked out fully with food, even from the distance where you can see there is a lot of food. There are people kind of like walking between the tables, leaning over, picking up food, chatting with each other. Looks like everyone's having a good time, basically. There's a couple of musicians there playing along to the music. And as you're kind of walking around, snaking around so you can find the second stairway, behind you can hear Lord Solar starting to make his way down the stairs to the actual communal meal itself. As he makes his way down, just before you lose hearing of his speech, you just hear, people of Salt Harbour, it has been a fantastic festival, has it not? And you hear cheers, basically. But then you round the corner and you start heading down the stairs to the stairs to the commercial area and heading towards the Baneful Squid. You are now stood outside the Baneful Squid. Again, you can hear you can hear the meal in the background, and you are stood right in front of the Baneful Squid itself at the doors.
Does it look quiet, the Baneful Squid?
You can try and creak open the door and have a look if you wish.
I just meant, from the outside, just to see if it's busy or is it quite quiet inside or something.
You can hear music, you can hear chattering, you can hear quite a lot of stuff going on in there. None of it sounds bad, it just sounds like people having a good time and live music.
Gregor, perhaps we should if Dix is going to tail it, maybe he should just go in. So, we'll start his little spy operation, because if he's in there, he'll find it easier to blend in, being the little chap that he is.
That's a good point.
If he is in there, he could let us know, and we'll see where it goes from there.
Yeah, of course. I only have one matter of concern. If we break up as a group, I know Lord Solace has just handed us this parchment. If one of us is to get caught out without this, what is going to happen? We should have maybe got 3 copies.
Good point. Well, maybe you should have it, and we'll just make sure we don't get in trouble just stood here.
Okay, that's fine. Who's got it?
You think? Gregor?
Yeah.
I don't remember this parchment. It's someone giving me the parchment.
Yeah, no. Gregor gave Lord Solis the parchment from Amrius Reap.
Yeah, but did he not give us back to say we're freed? I thought he handed us over something.
No. Gregor gave him gold, and then you gave him the money to change the Solomonari paperwork, and
he basically said that the guards are no longer going after us.
He's disseminated. He's disseminated the information to the guards, or he's told the guards to disseminate the information. It's all right.
Never mind then. Must have misheard, Gregor.
I just opened the door, just ajar, so you can squeeze through.
Opens up, and as it opens up, you immediately hear the sound of music.
I just before he goes in, can I just go break a leg and just give him a little boot in?
Go, little Dix.
For fuck's sake. Well, I've been made already. Spouted me in.
Just scooting in. Dix roll an immediate stealth check, I guess.
4.
As Gregor opens the door and Ezador kind of pushes you in, you stumble and fall immediately flat on your face as there's a bunch of revelers, very drunk, that just kind of notice you fall flat. 2 of them turn around. All right, old man. What's up with you then? You had too much to drink already?
Yeah, it's just a little bit too much to drink, I think.
Are you here for Sailor as well?
Yeah, yes.
Oh, I tell you what. Leans down to pick you up. You can sit on my shoulders. You can see him that way.
Oh, thank you. But first, I must go to the lavatory.
All right then. I tell you what. Do you want me to help you that way? Because it's a very busy crowd.
No, I'll be fine. Honestly, thank you.
All right. Very well. As he kind of like lets you go by. Roll me an agility check to weave your way through all of these legs. Because this tavern, you've been there earlier in the day. It was nowhere near as busy as it is now. You can hear an acoustic guitar strumming in the background. You can hear Sailor Twift just and starting to sing beautiful, beautiful melodies. Beautiful copyright-free songs.
And you wanted me to roll acrobatics?
Yes. No, agility, sorry.
Athletics?
Athletics.
Acrobatics?
Athletics. Sorry, I don't know why, but I always confuse Fallout stats with D&D stats.
That's a 0.
What is it naturally?
What is it naturally? A 2.
Yeah, what is a 2? Okay, that's fine. Just need to check something else.
That's a good start.
Give me a second.
I'm a gnome. I don't have great athletics.
So there's quite a few people around, so I had to roll for them. As you kind of squeeze through, the guitar starts strumming louder and louder, and again you hear Sailor Twift start singing his fantastically original songs that are definitely not going to get me sued in any way, shape or form. As he does that, you feel a quick boot to your behind as one of the revelers is starting to jam out, jump around, kick his feet around, catches you right in the behind. Dix, you kind of sail in a perfect arc over the crowd. As you look down, you can see yourself sailing over the crowd. You look around, almost in slow motion. You see the form of Grimlock kind of like tilt his head and squint his eyes as he notices this small little gnome flying over the crowd. You land with a heavy onto the stage.
I was going to say, while I was up there, could I be vigilant and have a look around to see if I can see anybody in the crowd?
I like that.
I've got a pretty good view from there.
I wanted to roll perception with disadvantage, but I like that enough that you're just rolling perception.
7.
You're caught too unaware for the fact that you are now airborne, flying over a crowd of people, all of who are just kind of jumping. Every so often, one of them jumps high enough that their fingertips hit you and kind of pushes you higher. You're now kind of tumbling in the air.
Okay, did you say I've already hit the floor by now?
Yeah, I'd already said you'd hit the floor. You kind of like the fingertips are kind of like hitting you around so that when you hit the floor, you tumble onto the stage. You hear "Whoa!" as you have tumbled onto the stage. You hear guitar strums, and then from behind you, as you hear the guitar strums getting louder, you hear, "It's me. Hi, I'm the problem. It's me. At tea, at time, everybody agrees." As Sailor Twift starts singing his beautiful melodies.
Nice.
No. I'm the problem, it's me.
5 seconds. He looks down, seeing this little gnome. It's him. Hi. He's the problem, it's him. At tea, at time, every gnome agrees.
I'm just gonna have to start dancing, aren't I?
Well, I'm just going to say to Gregor, I think he's doing all right in there.
I just nod my head in confidence. He's got this.
I'm at the side of the stage then.
Dix, roll a performance check, please.
Natural 1.
Oh my fucking... Damn it! You're killing me.
I'm burning this dice now.
Okay, that's
Switch
not too bad. Dix, you're kind of like shuffling really awkwardly across the stage, like proper dad dancing. You've got your arms in the air, just shuffling. As you do, your belt buckle pings off, and as you're shuffling across the stage, your pants fall down. As again you hear, I have this thing where I get older, but just never wiser. Gnomes become my afternoon. When my depression works the graveyard shift for all of the people I've known to stand there in the room. So you're shuffling around.
I'm still fucking chicken.
Gregor, Ezador, are you two still peeking in?
No, I've got my back to the door, just thinking, he's got this.
As I'm doing
Like,
this,
very
though,
confidently, just like.
Yeah, I'm gonna say to everyone, go. We'll give him another pint's worth of time.
Yes.
And if not, we'll go and check.
as I'm jiving on the stage, right? Also, another good point of view to have a look at the crowd.
Roll me a perception check. Again. Sometimes I feel like everybody is a sexy succubus, and I'm an orc on the hill. Too big to hang out, slowly lurching towards your favourite port town. Arrow through the heart, but never killed.
Is that another
5. It's a 5.
Oh my god, Dix!
As you continue dancing more and more, you see that more and more people are just kind of staring at this weird gnome in his pretty much his underwear at this point in time, kind of doing a hula dance to Sailor Twift. The lights are all kind of, the torches and the lights are all kind of blared towards you, Dix. You find it really difficult to actually make out any faces in the crowd.
Right. Where is the bar situated from where the stage is that I'm stood?
It's
Is it to
directly
my
in
right
front.
hand side?
It's directly
in front.
yeah, so it's kind of like the stage is here. Wait, so like
Yeah.
I'm stood on the stage.
Yeah.
Right in front of me is all the crowd, and then behind the crowd is the bar itself.
Fuck's sake, right, okay. I'm going to try and go around, pull my pants up and go around the left-hand side towards the bar.
How are you doing this?
I'm going to try and crowd surf.
I was going to say, are you trying to crowd surf? Are you trying to dance? Are you just making your way that way?
Actually, I'm going to pull my trousers up.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to wait for a climax of the song, so essentially, which you can do in a minute, and then I'll make the leap for it. I'll make the leap to crowd surf to go towards the bar if I can.
Roll me a performance check and an athletics check as I finish this drink so I can sing the outro of Sailor Twift's "It's Me, hi, I'm the gnome, it's me."
It's a 10 for performance,
Oh god.
and for athletics, it's a 0 again.
How are you rolling so bad? What the fuck?
Oh my word.
Seems to be whenever it's my time to shine, that's what happens.
It focuses on Dix and he can't perform. Dix has performance anxiety. Okay. 10 you say for your performance check though, yeah? And then 0 for Alright.
Yeah, it's going to be a
Dix.
tumble into somebody's arms.
As the music gets a little bit quieter and it's the kind of like carryover bridge and you hear, I have this dream where my daughter, blah blah blah, let me try that again. I have this dream, my sovereign kills me for the money. He thinks I left him in the woods. The tribe gathers round and reads it, then someone screams out, he's laughing at us from hell. You get the trousers up and you jump forward. As you jump forward, you hear, it's me. Hi, I'm the gnome, it's me. I'm the gnome, it's me. At tea time, everybody agrees. Everybody agrees. And the second you hear everybody agrees, you slam straight into the floor with no one catching you.
It's not a Slipknot concert.
No one's caught me. Fine.
No one's caught you.
I'm gonna dart between people's legs then towards the bar. I'm just gonna keep going.
Okay, roll me athletics.
We get to the fucking bar. Athletics.
Athletics. Or
I don't
agility.
wanna run.
Athletics or
I
agility.
don't have agility.
This is the part where
trying.
Dix gets trampled to death.
There's no such thing as agility.
Sorry, athletics or acrobatics, sorry.
I'll go for acrobatics.
To be fair, you've done better than all my nights out.
11. Getting higher.
It's getting higher, but it's not getting much better, is it, really? Okay, so you keep on trying to dart around in your shame of being dropped and everything like that. Sailor started strumming another song. It's a song about someone being really, really mean for some reason. It seems a little bit weird at first to hear it, but as you hear it more and more, it makes sense. But as you're darting in between, once again, someone else kicks you. Roll me a strength check, please, to keep your ground.
Strength save or check?
Strength save.
9.
I'm lowering the DC each time and you're still failing. I don't know how to help you.
I wasn't expecting to have to use strength when I went in.
You got kicked in the face, Dix. Once again, you are sailing back across the crowd. You are above the crowd. Being able to look out on the crowd. You are above the lights. If you wish to roll a perception check, you may.
Can I grab onto those lights?
You can. Fuck it. Yeah, you can. Let me see what roll that will be for you. Just roll me a dex. A straight up dex check, please.
16.
Hey!
So as you hear the chorus start strumming again, you grab onto the chandelier and you are starting to swing, and this would be so much better if it was a seer impersonator, but it's not. But nonetheless, you hear a deep cut Sailor Twiff lyric here as he is starting to sing. And all you are is mean, and a liar, and pathetic, and alone in life, and mean, and mean, and mean, and mean. As you're swinging from the chandelier, you are now above the crowd.
Do I see...
Incognito.
Right, I'm going to take another look around. Just see if I can spot this guy.
Roll me a perception check with advantage, because you have the height advantage now.
21.
Sailor Twift at this point in time has started, like a slower melody. A new song about someone called John. It's a song called Dear John by Sailor Twift. As you're looking around, I've gone too far with this, but as you're looking around, you see a large heavy-set orc, clad in armor, kind of propped against the bar. He looks sad, and he looks like every lyric is kind of like hitting him in the heart. Maybe he knew a John who broke his heart at some point or another. But you can see that Corvirian Bone Crusher is just drinking all of this up. And he's very sad. But you can see where he is. He's at the bar.
He's at the bar.
He's at the bar. The bar is around about 30 feet away from you, but you're around about 30 feet high in the air.
30 feet high in the air.
It's a tall tavern.
Is the crowd directly below me?
Crowd's directly below you. At this point in time, it's a slower song. It's still just as savage as the other ones have been, but it's a slower acoustic ballad as you're kind of like hearing Sailor just strum more with his beautiful melancholic sound as he's just singing. So don't look now, I'm shining like fireworks over your sad empty town.
I prefer the first one.
I think I did as well. I think I got the lyrics right that time. You can see the crowd is slowly swaying to side. You can choose to drop down if you want.
Yeah,
It's going to be difficult to say whether or not you're going to take damage, though.
well, I was going to use my hat again. Try and lower me down.
If you're going to do
I
that,
presume I'm holding on with 2 hands here, so what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to release them.
swinging. Yeah, I'll need you to roll me a sleight of hand to get your hat in time.
Yeah, but also what I want to do is I want to rock the chandelier so I can just jump out of the way of the crowd.
Roll me Dex then sleight of hand then, please, because you're trying to swing it, and then you're trying to grab your hat as quick as you can.
Alright, so Dex first.
Yes.
4.
As you're swinging as you hear, once again, Sailor Twift chain songs to, because now we've got bad blood, we used to have mad love. Take a look at the problem, and take a look at what you've done. Hey!
Sleight of hand coming through now is a 15.
As you're trying to swing, as you hear, sorry, don't fix arrow holes. You say sorry just for show. The chandelier snaps, and you fall down, but you are lucky enough to be able to grab your hat in time and just swing down as you hear once again, "'Cause now we got bad blood." I'm just fully leaning into this now, guys. Fuck it.
I'd have loved that one to have been off.
I would have loved that one to be off. I could hear my notes were off.
And where have I landed?
You are kind of floating down on top of the crowd. You can decide whether or not you want to try and float closer towards the bar, or if you just want to kind of crowd surf.
I don't want to go towards the bar at all.
Sorry, is the chandelier coming down as well?
We'll deal with that in a second.
He's in here now, so if that chandelier's coming down, I want to position myself as closest to the door as possible. The exit of the tavern. He's in here, so he's got to leave here.
Roll me acrobatics then, as you're kind of trying to guide yourself around. As you hear once again another song. By the way, about 25 minutes has passed at this point in time.
Oh, we should be going in then, shouldn't we?
Yeah. I was going to say, if you guys are going in...
Oh, well, I think we best check on our friend there, don't you?
The tavern door opens. Dix, what did you get?
18.
So, Dix, the tavern door opens as Ezador and Gregor walks in. You kind of start floating towards them as you hear, "I say out too late. Got nothing in my brain. That's what people say. Yeah, that's what people say. As you float gently down towards them.
I just feel like going, "Ooh, I love this song." Well, I'm not gonna...
As you say, I know, Ezador, you've said that, and you hear, "'Cause the player's gonna hate, and the something, shake it off."
Shake it, yeah, I went on that one.
I've leaned too far into this joke, like Icarus. I've flown too close to the sun.
He's gonna get burned bad.
I'm either gonna get sued or I hate myself.
Have I landed near the door then?
You've pretty much landed next to Gregor and Ezador.
Alright, I'm just going to pull on Ezador on his attire.
You go for me.
Ding dong!
Hello, Dix.
Well, I say. Hello, Gregor.
I thought I was just enjoying the song.
Hi, mate.
Buy me a drink first.
Yes.
Apparently no.
He's here.
Oh, he's here. You found him, did you?
Yes, he's at the bar.
Oh, right. Okay.
So do we either wait outside because he's got to leave, and I could follow, or we could try do something internally.
I think we should do that now, because you're right, he has to leave these doors, and I reckon us squabbling around here looks a little bit suspicious.
Yes.
Good point.
But I'm going to get outside, because if I stay in here any longer, I feel I'm going to get trampled.
Fair enough. Good work with the Dix. All right. Yeah, we'll stand outside the door.
You are standing outside the door.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So you kind of push open the door, and as you do, you hear the final few bars of I knew you were trouble when you walked in. So shame on me, said no. You're lucky I didn't do the screaming go part. It takes around about half an hour for Sailor Twift's performance to end. It's amazing, the place is all bumping and pumping. As people are starting to file out, you hear that some people have been reselling the tickets before the actual show for around about 20 times the markup price. Sailor Twift is in hot demand in Salt Harbour. Roll me a perception, please. As you hear about some weird company called Ticketmaster really fucking up.
Natural
Me-
20.
All of us perception.
All of your perception is you're kind of checking out the people leaving.
Natural 1.
12.
Okay, so Dix, you're trying to pay attention, but all you can think of when you're trying to pay attention is shake it off, uh-huh. You're just kind of jiving to that a little bit. You might have been through a traumatic event, but damn if that music wasn't strangely catchy.
Sticks in your head.
It does. It's just in your head like a worm. You're just shake it off, shake it off. Ezador, what did you get?
12.
12. Ezador, as you are noticing more and more people coming out, you see a couple of people that might fit the description of Corvirian Bone Crusher. But as you're kind of like approaching them, like kind of reaching over to them, they turn around and you can see that it's orcs, yes, but it's orcs in Sailor Twift face paint. Considering they're green and Sailor Twift is a human, it's in very poor taste. But other than that,
White face.
they might be. There might be whiteface. It's in bad taste. Either way, it's in very bad face. It's in very bad face. It's in very bad taste. But you can see, they're just having fun. Gregor, with a natural 20, you see Corvirian Bone Crusher just walk out, just quietly crying to himself, just, it's me. I'm the problem, it's me. As he's walking out towards the actual docks themselves.
I was going to say, he doesn't know about problems yet, boys.
I just point to the other two, was like, psst, there he is, walking to the docks.
Right, I'll turn around and look where he's pointing.
Yeah, you can see that he is starting to walk down the street and turn to the right, so he is heading towards the docks. Everyone roll me an Arcana check, please, as everyone's filing out of the tavern. Arcana.
13.
23.
Jesus. Ezador, how about you?
Too small. Oh, bloody hell. Well, 9.
So what did you get again, Gregor? Sorry. I know, Dix, you got a high one.
13.
And you got 9, Ezador.
Yeah.
Ezador, once again, you're just like, shake it off, uh-huh. Just enraptured by it. Gregor, you're slightly less enraptured as such, but you're like, it's me, hi. Just kind of like bopping along, but you're not enraptured, you just think it was a catchy melody. Dix, as Sailor Twift then walks out and past you, he kind of like sees you, the three of you, smiles, realising it's you three, the three that he has spoken to earlier that morning, and nods at you. As he nods, you get the slightest flash of a necklace kind of like around his neck, with a black new mind crystal around it. And you realise at that point in time, a lot of his songs have been imbued with magical energy to kind of hype the crowd up even more and to draw them in. Ezador is still singing,
Makes sense.
just
Yeah,
absent-mindedly.
makes sense.
It's alright.
Well,
I've got-
I'm not going to focus too much on that right now because I'm trying to.
You're
keep
trying to
an eye on
trail, yes. So, everyone roll me a perception check to make sure that you know where exactly Corvirian is heading.
this. 21.
Jesus.
Perception, you say?
Yes.
18.
9.
So 21, 18 and 9. Okay, Ezador, you're still kind of bopping along. Just like, shake, 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 shake. Gregor and Dix, however, you see Corvirian just kind of slope further down the stairs, further down the street, sorry. Even from the distance that you're at, even with the crowd kind of like dispersing and moving around, you can see that he's starting to head quite close to where the stairs down towards the docks are. He looks a bit pensive. He reaches into his coat and just pulls out a cigarette and starts smoking it as he is kind of like starting to make his way to the rails that are overlooking the just realised that the avatars of your previous characters are there. As he makes his way to the rails overlooking the docks. You guys can follow if you wish, but you will need to roll a stealth to make sure you are not caught.
Sorry, I thought you were still waiting for my roll. Yeah, well, I'm going to be on him.
So do we know where he is, Lance?
Yes, I can see him heading over there towards the rails.
It's good that tail swift. Oh, right, yes. What do you think then? Shall we just steel man him and confront him, or do you think we should tail him?
I think he's quite an aggressive man, isn't he?
Nothing I could handle.
You see, Gregor doesn't think he can handle it either.
Well, I think I'll be alright. I don't know about you two. Gregor, get your head in the game. You're just thinking about Taylor Swift all the time.
Ezador says, still bopping along.
Shake.
I mean, put it this way, it'd be easier to confront him and harder to tail him, but it may be safer to tail him. So, I'm not much of a fighter without my magical abilities in Salt Harbor.
We have the evidence.
I suppose confronting him could just lead to a fight in which we would probably end up killing him.
And you need him alive?
Yes, well, we need
knock
to...
him out.
If he is the culprit, we need him hogtied and back to that merchant.
So how about we tail him until, hopefully, maybe he's on his own? Even though he is on his own, but there's people around. Maybe we can tail him to a quieter location.
You got a good point. Well, we can see him now, can't we? So why don't we wait until he makes a move?
We need to know when he's going to pick that money.
Starting to walk closer towards the railings, just intaking a breath of his cigarette and just exhaling it out as it's starting to form clouds in the cold, dark sky.
Well, how about we just tail him for now?
Tail him.
Yes, tail him. Yeah, we'll tail him.
There's around about 8 to 10 people between you and him, just kind of filing out. You can hear, that was good. Preferred his first album. Overrated. He's an angel. When's he going on his ship next?
Alright, come on then.
Just a note though, it's probably easier for one person to tail than all three of us, I would say.
Yes, that is true. But
Who's the most
if that is what we're doing, then should that be me? I don't have any strength behind me if anything goes wrong.
As you are saying this, you hear it as a firework starts going off, and then another as more fireworks start going off above you.
I'm just thinking 3 stealth checks all the time.
3 stealth checks all the time.
Yeah.
As fireworks are exploding above you. More people are
Well,
starting
I'm
to
small.
come out.
I'm small, but maybe I'm not as stealthy as you guys.
Hey, you found the orc in the actual hub, didn't you?
Yes, but it was with great difficulty.
Was it? Looked like you dealt it with some grace.
I managed in the end. I'm nimble, but. Well, Ezador, I feel like you're leaning more towards capturing him.
I want results. I just think that tailing him, we could be tailing him for days before he does anything that will tell us that he's the culprit. I say, why don't we do what we do best and just go and talk to him? Threaten
More
him.
fireworks erupting.
Say what we need to say. Maybe we could just mention about the merchants and how he's been extortioned. He's been blackmailed. I want to see what his reaction is. Or
Exploited.
Good idea. Good idea.
bait him in some way.
Okay, yes, I can do that.
Okay, let's go.
Go on then.
Walk on ahead.
Fireworks are lighting up the sky ahead in front of you. The sky itself is clear, apart from the actual of the fireworks. There is still a throng of around about 20 people in between you both. As you kind of make your way around and push your way through, roll me a perception, please. Or actually, what's everyone's passive perception?
Oh, passive perception.
Yes, passive.
12
12.
Which one's perception?
underneath saving throws.
Yeah, you should have passive
Oh,
perception.
yeah,
Yeah.
I've got it.
Top one.
12.
12 and 12. Ezador, how about you?
Oh, yeah.
not-
Passive wisdom perception 12.
All of you have 12. Jesus, wasn't expecting that. Alright, let me roll something there. As you're making your way through the crowd, each of you can kind of, at different points, just hear a very old, wizened voice just as there's more. You can just hear, Vesh, where are you? Vesh. So you're heading through. Although that said, you don't really think too much of it as you're just passing through a crowd and... Gregor, roll me a history check.
One, not natural.
As you're passing through and you hear once again, Yes, whereabouts are you? My dear apprentice, I have not seen you. You think nothing of it as you keep on passing by. Dix and Ezador, you have no need to think of why this wizened old turtley type of thing is wanting to know where someone is as you hear more explosions. Corvirian is stood in front of you.
Ezador, you're up.
Okay, I'm just gonna lean next to the railings next to him and go, wow, someday.
Yes, it has been quite a day, citizen. Founding festivals always are.
Can I just stand in front of him, just with my hands crossed?
He's leant against the railings. Gregor, he stood leant against the railings. So you can't go in front of him. Never.
Just like stand in front of him.
No, he's leant against the railings. If you're in front of him, you're down the stairs.
Oh, right, I'm with you now. Yeah. Can I just, I'll stand on top of, still on top
Next
of
to
the
him.
stairs.
Next to him. You stood next to him.
Yeah, we'll say about that. Yeah, that's
Okay. I was going to say, if Ezador's approaching from behind, you can stand next to him. Dix, you can stand on the other side if you wish to try and kind of block him in. Or you can stay back.
Yeah, no, I'm going to stay back. It's pointless.
Okay, so as Gregor steps on the other side, Corviri notices. Is there a reason the two of you were trying to block me in?
No, not at all. I just imagined it'd be quite a busy
We'd like
day
to,
for a man of your stature being in the guard that you are.
It is,
like-
isn't it?
we'd like to report a crime.
What crime would that be, citizen?
Extortion. Maybe a murder that happened maybe in the slums. About maybe a particular shopkeeper.
Or a shopkeeper's wife.
His eyes kind of...
And I'm watching for this as well. Like,
So roll me a perception. Roll perception against insight.
Is that for me or?
Both of you, yeah. Actually, Gregor, roll intimidation. Ezador, roll insight.
Insight?
Yeah, roll insight. Versus his perception to see if he knows that you're bullshitting. 10. So not very much. 2. He doesn't seem to change tact at all, just like... Very well. And who is the name of the victim, and who do you believe may be the culprit? What information do you have for me? There's another...
Not much.
Above you.
Really. All we know is that he works in the barracks.
That's an awfully strong accusation to make. For him to work in the barracks means that he works underneath me. Do you believe that as the guard's captain, a quartermaster, I would allow such deviancy in my squad?
Oh,
No.
I don't know. I mean, there were the letters.
And what letters would these be?
Ezador?
Well, I mean, we can't fathom whose name it would be, but it seems to be under the initials of KB.
Real intimidation again. Another.
5.
He literally just beats that with a 6. Literally. Oh. Kyle Broderickson is the only one I can think of. Very well, citizen. He turns around, so he's now fully facing you. If you would like to excuse me, I will find Kyle Broderickson immediately and question him about this transgression. Rest assured, another this will not go unactioned.
Oh,
Starts walking away.
Can we join you?
Yeah, I was going to say, do you mind if we join us? We wouldn't mind finding...
Stops halfway through and turns slowly. And why would you wish to join me?
Because we have reason to believe this gentleman may be extremely dangerous, and we are also rather been given a mission from Amrius Reap to sort of look into this matter and stay close to the affair.
Mr. Reap has told you about this, has he?
He's told us to look into the matter. And
Interesting. The guards may have to talk to Mr. Reap about this. To corroborate your story, of course, you cannot be insinuating such crimes against guards so blatantly and barefaced without due evidence.
that is why it has been left to us to stay discreet about the matter, and we wish to keep it as such. So, if we may accompany you, we'll make sure that this matter will be resolved, or assist you in any way we can to keep it under wraps.
Whilst I appreciate that, citizen, and indeed the knowledge that you have put henceforth towards me, I do believe that this is, at this moment in time, an internal state of affairs. An internal matters, if you will. If you report to the guard barracks tomorrow morning, I will be able to give you an update on the situation. However, seeing as this is guard duties, it falls upon myself and none other to sort this out. I appreciate the help, citizen. However, this is an internal matter, as I say, and it must be dealt with internally. If others see external forces helping, it calls into validity the entire guard ship. Do you understand?
Yes.
Very well. He nods curtly to you and starts walking off.
Think quick, lads.
I don't trust him.
I wasn't thinking of another name for Calbrod. So now we've got 2 KBs, but we need to deal with this matter.
Sorry, can
You've
I
got
see...
one
can I-
action left, guys. Sorry, go on.
Can I see if he was bullshitting about that?
Throw me an insight as he's starting to walk away.
Do I have a thing left today?
You have one left.
15.
15. Dix, what are you doing? You're stood back. You've been watching this from afar. As you've all got one action left before he makes his way back to the barracks. There's another...
I'm not going to be doing anything, to be honest. I can't.
Okay. Just watching.
I'm just going to be like, right, it's worth a shot. I'm going to run in front of him and go, you want us to help you. My eyes.
Okay, so Gregor, with that 15, you know he's holding something back. It's not, you're not sure what, but he's not telling the complete truth. He might not even be telling any truth. He's lying somewhere. Ezador, with that, with you wanting to do that. Okay, give me 1 second whilst I load up your power. I think, if I remember rightly, it is a persuasion check, is it not?
Yes.
It is. You've got your nice little bonuses and whatnot, see if you'd like to load those up. For your Chaos Charm. The last one of the day. It's Charisma, by the way, sorry, not Persuasion. See it. Sorry, if you'd like to roll Charisma.
Sorry, I'm rushing because I know what to finish.
I was going to say.
What? 15.
15. With that, as you say you want to help us, his eyes glaze over. And what is it you would wish to know?
Are you the guy blackmailing the merchant?
Hi everyone, Tom again. I just wanted to say a big thank you to everyone who has watched or listened to this one. It was definitely a lot of fun for all of us to record, especially considering where the episode went and where it's going in the future. The Reaper, the Maelstrom, and the Thief is a homebrew Dungeons & Dragons campaign by RollCast. This episode is featured JB as Dix, Coogan as Gregor the Last, Gareth Ryan as Ezador Calderos, and Tom Crabbe as the DM. Intro, midpoint, and outro music were, as usual, provided by JB, as was this special one-off outro music that you can hear behind me. Editing and sound mixing was done by Tom Crabbe. As always, a big thank you to the artists that provided the songs that we've used for this session. Their generosity in allowing smaller creators like ourselves to use their music and ambiences is an absolute boon, and really allows us to inject some character into the sessions, especially ones like this one where music plays a big role. If you like what you've heard in terms of the music used, I highly recommend checking out this episode's description for the links to all of the tracks used. But of course, special thanks goes to Alexander Nakarada, Avery Alexander, Bardify, Kevin McLeod, PGN Music, Survival Spheres, The Ambience Channel, and The Seventh Midnight. RollCast is on Facebook, X, and YouTube. You can find us on them using the handle @CastThatRoll. So if you've watched this on YouTube and you like what we do, why not like the video and drop us a sub? It really does help with the algorithms. We've also got all of our previous episodes up in our Season 1 playlist, so again, why not go through them all, catch up, give them a like as well. Our social media profiles have information about upcoming episodes, clips from the latest episode, and just us really interacting with the larger D&D and podcasting communities as a whole, so look for us on them. Again, you can find us on Facebook, X, and YouTube, all on the handle @CastThatRoll. Don't want to watch but still want to listen? We've got your back. Look for RollCast on Spotify, Amazon Music, Podbean, Good Pods, and all other podcasting platforms. Or, alternatively, add our RSS feed so you never miss an episode. If you have listened to this using your favourite podcasting app, why not drop us a review? It really does help us, and it also lets us know what to improve upon for future episodes. Thank you again to everyone who has watched or listened to this episode. It was definitely different to our usual ones, and who knows, maybe additional Sailor Twift songs will come to light in the future, from a literal vault or something in this world. Anyway, thank you again for watching or listening. We'll see you again in 2 weeks' time on the 22nd of November for episode 25, where the trio will hopefully get some of the answers they've been looking for. Until then, though, keep safe, and we'll see you next time at the table.
Anybody made a connection there with that little story?
Yeah. Well, I think so.
When you said acronym, I thought, is it something to do with the trident?
But wait, it's your name backwards, isn't it?
Are they Triton? Tentacles coming out the water?
Oh, good point.
Tentacles coming out the water.
Yeah, Jack.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh. Okay.
Oh.
That was
What?
you.
As in, that's actually him. Interesting.
Yeah, do we know about the story though? I don't even know if I would.
I should have done
I
it.
do.
Should have done
You'll
it again.
find out in a second.
Should have done it again. Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, it is one
Couldn't
of the most...
get back quick enough.
Fucking hell. My headphones kept on cutting out, and it was like, shit, it's Telegram! It's fucking Telegram! It's such an obvious riddle, but they need to figure this out in game, damn it!